There's a Japanese word that has no direct translation in English. Gaman. It means enduring the unbearable with dignity and silence. While the world tells you to push harder, to grind, to dominate, Japanese wisdom whispers something entirely different. What if true determination isn't about force at all? What if it's about something quieter, deeper, and far more powerful? Today, we're exploring the Japanese approach to unshakable determination, and it might surprise you. This isn't about waking up at 3 a.m. It isn't about outworking everyone around you. It isn't about willpower as a weapon. Instead, we'll discover how ancient Japanese principles create a kind of determination that doesn't burn out, because it doesn't burn at all. It flows like water and persists like stone shaped by centuries of rain. You will learn about Shoshin, the beginner's mind that keeps you open when others close down. About Kaizen, the art of improvement so small it's almost invisible, yet so consistent it transforms everything. About Enryo, the power of restraint that Western culture has forgotten. And about Gambaru, a word that means to persist, but not through force. Through quiet, dignified continuation. By the end of this video, you will understand why Japanese masters say, the nail that sticks up gets hammered down, and why this isn't about conformity, but about something far more profound. This is about determination that doesn't announce itself. Determination that doesn't need to. Before we begin, I invite you to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Thank you very much for your attention. Now let's get back to the video. Nintai, patient endurance. In the West, we've been taught that determination looks like this: clenched fists, early mornings, gritted teeth. Work when you don't feel like it. Push through the pain. Outwork your competition. And doesn't mean it's wrong to think that way. It may work for a while, but it's not something sustainable in the long run. It doesn't give you a sense of purpose, nor does it allow you to continue with consistency. Walk into a traditional Japanese garden, and you'll see something different. You'll see a gardener who has spent 30 years perfecting the art of pruning a single tree. Not because someone is watching. Not because he's competing with another gardener. But because the tree is his teacher, and every branch tells him something new. You'll see stones placed so carefully that they look like they've always been there, as if the garden created itself. This didn't happen through force. The gardener worked on it, waited, observed. And this is determination too, but of a completely different kind. The Japanese call it Nintai, patient endurance. The ability to persist not by pushing, but by rooting. Think of a bamboo. In its first year, you see almost nothing. Perhaps a few inches of growth. Meanwhile, underground, invisible to anyone watching, the root system spreads deep and wide. In the second year, more of the same. The third year, the fourth year, still, barely any visible progress. Then, in the fifth year, the bamboo can grow 90 feet in just 6 weeks. But that wasn't 6 weeks of growth. That was 5 years of preparation. This is the Japanese secret. Determination isn't measured in what you produce today. It's measured in what you're becoming, quietly, beneath the surface. It's invisible to others, until you become so big, so smart, so powerful, that there's no coming back to who you were before. Shoshin, the beginner's mind. In the beginner's mind there are many possibilities, but in the experts, there are few. Shunryu Suzuki. This seems backwards, doesn't it? We've been taught that expertise means knowing more, having fewer doubts, being certain. But watch a true Japanese master, a tea ceremony expert, a calligrapher, a martial artist, and you'll notice something strange. They approach each practice as if it's the first time. Not because they've forgotten what they know, but because they refuse to let knowledge become armor. The beginner's mind is open. It notices. It adapts. It doesn't say, I already know this. It says, what can I learn today that I didn't see yesterday? This is how determination stays fresh instead of becoming rigid. Most people start strong. They're excited, open, curious. Then, as time passes, they become experts in their own limitations. They know exactly what they can't do, what won't work, what's not for them. The beginner's mind refuses this closure. Imagine you're learning a new skill. Let's say you're learning to meditate. In the beginning, every session is new. You notice your breath, the sounds around you, the way your mind wanders. But after a few months, many people start going through the motions. They think they know what meditation is. They've boxed it in. Their determination becomes mechanical, lifeless. Someone with Shoshin sits down after 5 years and still treats it like the first day. Not pretending they don't have experience, but not letting experience become a prison either. This is the paradox. Expertise without attachment to expertise. Skill without ego. And this is why Japanese determination doesn't burn out. It stays curious. It stays alive. Kaizen, the path of continuous improvement. If Shoshin is the mind of determination, then Kaizen is the method. Kaizen translates roughly to continuous improvement, but that translation misses the essence. It's not about productivity hacks or efficiency optimization. It's about the understanding that transformation happens in increments so small they're almost invisible. There's a story about a Japanese pottery master who made bowls for 60 years. When asked why he continued, even though he'd already created thousands of perfect pieces, he said, "Because yesterday's bowl taught me something I needed for today's bowl." This is Kaizen. Not dramatic breakthroughs. Not revolutionary changes. But tiny refinements, repeated endlessly, until excellence becomes nature. Think about this practically. Let's say you want to develop a meditation practice. The Western approach might be, I'm going to meditate for an hour every day starting tomorrow. The Kaizen approach would be, I'm going to sit for 2 minutes after I wake up. 2 minutes. That's it. Not because 2 minutes is the goal, but because 2 minutes is sustainable. And sustainability is everything. After 2 weeks, 2 minutes becomes natural. So natural that sitting for 3 minutes requires no additional effort. So you sit for 3, then 4, then 5. A year later, you're meditating for 30 minutes daily, and it doesn't feel like discipline. It feels like gravity. It feels like what you do. This is the Japanese understanding. Willpower is a limited resource. But systems, habits, tiny refinements, these are infinite. The samurai had a saying, 7 times down, 8 times up. Most people fail not because they're weak, but because they attempt transformations that are too large to sustain. They try to become someone new overnight. Kaizen says, don't become someone new. Become 1% truer to yourself each day. Do that for 100 days, and you won't recognize who you've become. Enryo, the strength of restraint. Now we come to perhaps the most misunderstood aspect of Japanese determination. Enryo means restraint, reserve, holding back. In Western culture, this sounds like weakness. We celebrate those who go all in, who hold nothing back, who give 110%. But the Japanese know something we've forgotten. Restraint is strength. Think of a bow and arrow. You pull the string back, but you don't release it immediately. You hold. You breathe. You aim. And only when the moment is right, when your body and breath and target align, do you release. That holding back isn't hesitation. It's precision. Or think of a sword master. The legendary swordsman Miyamoto Musashi wrote in the Book of 5 Rings that the master swordsman strikes once. The amateur strikes many times. This is Enryo in action. In your own life, Enryo might look like this. You have an important project. Instead of attacking it with frantic energy, working 12-hour days until you collapse, you do something counterintuitive. You work for 2 focused hours. Then you stop. You walk. You sit. You let the problem rest in the back of your mind. The next day, you work 2 more hours. This seems like less. But it's more. Because when you work from depletion, you're not just less productive. You're teaching your body and mind that this pursuit is painful. You're creating resistance. When you work from fullness, when you stop before you're empty, you teach yourself that this work is sustainable. You create pull instead of push. The tea ceremony embodies Enryo perfectly. Every movement is deliberate. There's no rushing, no excess, no waste. Each gesture contains exactly the energy it needs, no more, no less. This is determination without aggression, progress without force. And paradoxically, it's faster, because you never have to recover. You never burn out. You never need to rebuild motivation. You simply continue. Gambaru, dignified persistence. The Japanese word gambaru is everywhere in Japan. Teachers say it to students. Coaches say it to athletes. Friends say it to each other during difficult times. It means, do your best, persist, hang in there. But gambaru doesn't mean suffer loudly. It doesn't mean announce your struggle. It means endure with quiet dignity. There's a Japanese proverb, the frog in the well knows nothing of the great ocean. This means, small perspective creates small problems. When you're inside your own struggle, it feels enormous. But the ocean is vast, and your struggle is one wave among infinite waves. This isn't minimizing your pain. It's contextualizing it. Gambaru says, yes, this is hard. But hard is not exceptional. Hard is the texture of meaningful work. So you don't need to make a drama of it. You don't need to perform your difficulty. You just continue. Some things are beyond your control. The weather, other people's choices, the circumstances you were born into. Gambaru focuses your energy only on what you can influence. Your response. Your attitude. Your next step. The work doesn't change. Your dramatics about the work change. When you remove the story, the complaints, the comparisons, the self-importance, what remains is pure action. And pure action is effortless, even when it's difficult. Creating your 2 months of silent building. Now, let's make this practical. The Japanese approach to building unshakable determination isn't about massive, dramatic change. It's about creating what we might call a sacred season, a period of devoted focus. Not to prove anything to anyone, not to compete, but to honor something that matters to you. Here's how to structure your own practice. First, choose one thing to dedicate yourself to. Not 10 things. Just one. It could be learning something new, starting a new business, or a new hobby. Something that genuinely matters to you, not something that sounds impressive. Second, apply Kaizen. What's the smallest daily practice that would be impossible to fail at? For workout, maybe it's 20 minutes of hard effort. For movement, maybe it's 5 minutes of stretching. For learning, maybe it's reading 3 pages or study for 15 minutes. Make it so small it's ridiculous. That's how you know it's right. Third, practice Enryo. Stop before you're empty. If you commit to study for 1 hour but feel comfortable to study for 2, wonderful. But tomorrow, you still only commit to 1. The extra is a gift, not a new standard. Fourth, embrace Shoshin. Each day, approach this practice as if you're learning it for the first time. What did you not notice yesterday? What's different today? Don't assume you know. Fifth, embody Gambaru. Don't perform your practice. Don't post about it every day. Don't make it a personality trait. Just do it. Miss a day? Return the next day without drama. Sixth, track silently. Keep a simple mark, a check mark, a dot in a journal. Not for anyone else. For you, to show yourself, I continue. Do this for 2 months. Not because 2 months is magical, but because 2 months is long enough to move past novelty, past motivation, past the initial excitement, and discover what remains. What remains is you, really. Not the you that starts things. The you that continues. And that you is unshakable. I throw one pot after another, trying to keep my hand true. Shoji Hamada. Not trying to be the best. Not trying to beat anyone. Just trying to keep his hand true. This is the secret of Japanese determination. It's not about being better than others. It's about being in true relationship with your own practice your own path, your own becoming. The bamboo doesn't compare itself to the oak. The stream doesn't race the river. Each simply expresses its nature, fully. Your unshakable determination isn't waiting somewhere in the future, after you've achieved something. It's available right now, in the next small step you take with full presence. So take that step, and then another, and another. Thanks for watching until the end. Remember to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. If this wisdom helped you in any way, please leave a like. This motivates us to continue our work. See you in the next video.